Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Valley Spotlight. Now, this is a big week for me and my family. It's St. Patrick's Day week. So I decided to take our show on the road a little bit. We're going to spend it in Florida this year for St. Patrick's Day. And it's not even St. Patrick's Day, but I'm going to wear this shamrock shirt just to kind of get in the spirit. Kind of a big deal for my brother and I. We've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day since I was in college. I went to John Carroll, which is really close to downtown Cleveland. The first St. Patrick's Day freshman year, we were there. My roommate and I were wondering why nobody was in class. By the time we got to lunch, everybody said, go downtown. That's where everybody is. And our love for St. Patrick's Day was kind of born. Dave joined in after that. He's in the lobby right now at this hotel because he forgot his room key and lost it already. And my friend Tony's going to man the camera today. So it should be a lot of fun. And we're just kind of chilling in Florida. Got a little bit of color today. So Valley Spotlight, St. Patrick's Day edition from St. Petersburg, Florida. I'll try to share some of the sights and sounds here as we go along today. I have some good stories too. I have a great story about a local t-shirt shop that I'll share with you in just a little bit. But for now, let's send it over to Lauren and see what's going on with her.
Well, Michael, I have to admit, I think I speak for all of us on our team and probably everybody sitting at home right now watching the show. We are just a little bit jealous of you, my friend. Just a little bit. I hope Florida is treating you kindly. Tell your brother I said hi. Tony as well, who is running the camera. He's doing a really good job. Teamwork makes the dream work around here, but you deserve a vacation. It has been a heck of a year, and I know that you guys are being very, very careful. So more from you from Florida in this extreme edition of Valley Spotlight. But first, we hope to bring the story to you the last round, but the show was so tight and so full, we didn't have time for it. So I am super excited to show this one off. If you've ever been to Buhl Farm Park, then you know it's a beautiful place. Well, Buhl Park and the Pro Shop has now moved to a location that is truly very special. And when you hear about the two individuals who have really pushed this project forward, you'll know why it's so inherently special, not only to golfers, but to the entire Western Pennsylvania community.
We are in the shop at Buhl Park. It is located at the Dum Dum Golf Course, the only free golf course in the world. Yeah, and we have a driving range right outside, and our shop is brand new, opened about 8 weeks ago.
In the midst of winter, the shop at Buhl Park can now be considered a mirage. For years, this really wasn't usable space, but as the saying goes, if you build it, they will come.
This building was literally empty. And we had a vision of what we wanted to create here, and Tom and the board were, they allowed us to make this, which is really cool. We already had one TrackMan, but we just saw it working, and we needed another one. We needed a shop. We needed a place for the normal people to come, learn the game, buy some stuff if they want to. That's what we did.
Now this is a place where like-minded people with an appreciation for golf can call home, no matter the season.
At Buhl Park, everything we do is open and available and free to the community. We do have small fees for some of the things we do, like driving range or programming, those types of things. But this place was built on philanthropy. And so to bring a project like this to life, it's multiple different foundations, multiple different people who believe in what we're trying to do and the vision that we have. And so it was years in the making. This was probably something that started in 2015 or 2016. I don't know that at that point I knew where we were going, or some of the staff wasn't even here, like Adam, who's new to us. And we couldn't have ended up where we are if it wasn't for the staff we had today, because couldn't have envisioned at the board level or with our trustees what we would have created here, and the amount of revenue that it helps generate through the winter that we never had before, that allows us to keep lights on and plow roads and salt roads so that people can walk like they would like to in the 300 acres that we have here in the park.
Adam Scott is the director of golf, and Tom Roscos is the executive director of Buhl Park. Working together in this place is a homecoming like no other.
Oh, it's full circle. I mean, I grew up, I walked down the end of my street, walked across to number 1. We played all day from the morning until dark. And to be able to come back and make the place better means a lot.
I grew up close to the course too, just happened to be in Sharpsville, a couple of blocks the other direction. And so, unique story, I think, for me. My grandfather passes away when I'm in 8th grade, and I've never played golf before. And so my grandmother moves in with us, a block, 2 blocks away from here, and with them comes some of their items. And an old set of Jack Nicklaus golf clubs came. A friend of mine were down in the basement that summer, going into my 9th grade year, and we said, hey, let's take a walk and see if we can, play this game. And so we walked the 2 blocks down to the first tee, and I'd say that the second swing was somewhat successful, and then I quit doing everything else and just fell in love with golf. So it was a pretty cool story to have something my grandfather loved, and then, became a part of what I do today.
And it's not just golf, although the side-by-side state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators would be enough for any golfer. They are known for their lifelike play.
Whatever you hit in here is exactly what you hit outside.
This clubhouse is also a place to find the novelty items that bring so many people together as they remember Buhl Park and what it has meant to this Western Pennsylvania community. And when it comes to nostalgia, it's hard not to get nostalgic about the people and the memories in life that make places like this hard to forget.
Oh, so proud. I mean, the staff, you're gonna make me cry. So the staff that's here and the folks that are behind us doing these things, it's a feeling that's hard to duplicate. To be able to grow up and owe your life and where you've gone and where I've been to a place that's so close to home, and then be able to be here and pass it on to other generations and help keep it alive for another 100 years. It's a blessing, it's an honor. I couldn't be more proud of what we've been able to do, what our board allows us to do, and the way the community comes here and just supports everything. It's truly amazing.
What a truly great story about wonderful people with so much vision for the future. So we are glad to see it and glad to feature them on our show. And even more glad that they were able to teach Sabina a thing or two with a golf club, because she will not listen to me. She will not listen to me. So Adam, a little golf clap for you on that one. Thank you so much for being so kind to our little one. If you have any questions, or you want to find out more about Buhl Farm Park, buhlfarmpark.com is a good place to go. Just click on golf if you're a golfer. And my gosh, it's just so great to see them expanding in those ways. Michael, I know we both left the news and we were hoping that we were going to be able to be wearing t-shirts all the time. And this story is a very, very cool one.
All right, time for this story. I thought this was cool. I actually saw this in Metro Monthly. Kind of gave me the idea and a chance to get a hold of Linda Barton, who's been an entrepreneur ever since she was in her 20s. Well, she's made her way to Youngstown from New Jersey and has a cool little shop in Liberty. And when I say little, I shouldn't say that, because it's way bigger than that. And wait till you see all the great things she has going on and all the fun things that you can enjoy when you see her Sweet Memories t-shirt line.
Like, oh, I remember when the ice cream man used to come down my street and I used to run out with my nickel. And
Linda Barton doesn't just sell t-shirts, she sells memories. Her Sweet Memories t-shirt line brings happiness because of the quality and the idea behind it.
they love them. You know, it's crazy because it's, you know, when I'm set up at the Youngstown flea market, people come over and they're always touching the shirts because they're super soft. You know, lots of stories happen at the table. You know, everyone loves all the nostalgic things.
So how did this happen? How did a lady with a warehouse and showroom tucked away in Liberty get hooked up with all these old school favorites?
Just through word of mouth and networking, honestly. When I reached out to Good Humor originally and asked if, you know, who's designing their novelty t-shirt line for their 100-year anniversary, I was like, that's really a really big amazing event happening, so you should probably do something. And they're like, oh, we haven't decided, or no one ever reached out to us.
So good humor was the beginning, and then it snowballed, or in this case, snow-coned from there.
A lot of people say, how did you get a hold of them? And I'm like, I just called them, So all of my background has been direct marketing and sales. So I am a professional note taker, and I have zero boundaries when it comes to asking for things. So some of the brands that we print for aren't even manufactured anymore.
Right.
So I know that like Snow Cone isn't manufactured anymore. And then also Sugar Mama isn't manufactured anymore. That was from like 1965. And then we also print for Dum Dums. And Dum Dums, which is interesting, they were founded in like Akron, Ohio area, and I didn't even know that. So that was neat. So we got Dum Dums and Sweethearts, Necco, Pez, Tootsie, which owns Double Bubble, Tootsie Pop, Blow Pop.
You get the idea. Linda and her team print t-shirts for all of them, and more sweet companies are on the way. But there are some fan favorites.
It would be this shirt because it is very neutral and it matches every specific pair of jeans that anyone could wear. And it has the 100-year anniversary, but it's also the birthplace of America's first ice cream truck. And people don't know that the first ice cream trucks in America came from Youngstown, Ohio.
All that nostalgia. You can't help but think of the candy or your childhood or the old commercials when you stand next to the shirts. Linda even gets to design for the candy that hits her sweet spot.
Pez is my favorite.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite candy or your favorite shirt?
It's my favorite candy, but it's also probably my favorite shirt too. So every year, for Christmas or Easter, I always get like a little Pez.
But it's not just candy shirts in this shop. Linda's business is nationwide. All these boxes will be shipped in the next couple of weeks.
We have 75,000 shirts that we're in the middle of printing right now, and they're all for kindness revolution and all like peace and love and stand for the silent. There's an organization based out of LA that they order it, we print it, and then we disperse it to 25 different locations nationally.
With most businesses struggling, owners have had to adjust to find their way, and Linda has done that and then some.
It's pretty cool, because with the way that things are going, I feel blessed that, during COVID, I had the opportunity to learn how to do e-commerce, which then is leading into other things. So now our shop is e-commerce and wholesale. And the people that are wearing our shirts, all the messages are, sweet, love, kindness, all the fun stuff. So it's a feel-good business. Plus, with our clothing line, we give back to Akron Children's Hospital too. So.
Yeah. And that's a big part of the story. Linda and her crew giving back. A lot of the proceeds go to Akron Children's Hospital. That's why the Dum Dums connection worked so well for her. Check her out. You can Google her, Sweet Memories Vintage T-shirts, and you can get a cool T-shirt as a great gift. I got a couple for the kids. They absolutely love them. All right, Lauren, I'll send it over to you.
Well, how about that, Mike? I was talking about the Dum Dum golf course that's completely free, and she is putting Dum Dums on t-shirts. I love it. I love it all. What a wonderful story. Thank you so much for bringing that one to us. When we come back, we will have more Valley Spotlight, and if you are a fan of salmon, since we're still in the Lenten season, Mark Canzonetta and I have one that, my gosh, it is a crowd pleaser to say the least. So stay with us. More Valley Spotlight in just a moment. Bourbon salmon. If you like bourbon and you like salmon, why not put them together and see what happens? I love it when we ask for Mark Canzonetta to do interesting, awesome things. This is one of the first recipes that he's ever done for us right here on Valley Spotlight, and it is for sure one of my personal favorites, and one that I figured, why not? Because we need something to make us smile around here these days. Back in Mark Canzonetta's home away from home.
We are.
I like to call your actual home your home away from home.
It
these
is
days.
because it is the Bistro 1907 Test Kitchen.
It sure is. This is where it all starts. And you, I have to say, you started a long time ago. Your history,
did.
Our history.
Yeah, it goes back 10 years at least.
Way back.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
for
does.
sure. Your love of cooking.
It's deep within my soul. It started with Julia Child, and here we are today.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You learned so much from
I
just
did.
That one show.
That one episode when I was 11 years old.
Go figure. All right.
Let's go cook one of Julia's favorite fish.
Really?
Yeah, she loves salmon.
This is it.
This is it.
This is the dish that you are excited to make.
Well, you know, Julia loves salmon. You know, who doesn't love salmon as a chef, as a consumer? You know, we're going to do some great Scottish salmon. The waters around Scotland are so unbelievable. So we're going to take the Scottish salmons. We're just going to season it with a little sea salt. And then I made this great chili lime dust. So this is going to be one of the main features at Bistro 1907. We're going to take that Scottish salmon. We're going to put in this cast iron skillet. And
Again with the cast iron skillet.
You know, cast iron skillet, you know what?
Right?
It's like, you know, my grandma cooked in this pan. My great-grandmother cooked in this pan. Why wouldn't I want to do that? So we're going to cook the Scottish salmon. I mean, look at the color of that. It's almost translucent. That shows you how fresh it is, because when you get seafood, it shouldn't smell whatsoever. It should smell like the ocean. It shouldn't smell like anything else. So we're going to start skin side down, because we want to cook it skin side down. And then we're going to flip it over. Once we have a little bit of a crust, flip it over. You see that great sear on it? And we scored the back of the salmon so that it doesn't curl up when it cooks.
Oh.
Exactly, exactly. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna get a little crust on it right now on the other side, because this pan is so hot. We almost blacken that. We're gonna take some bourbon barbecue sauce, and we're gonna baste that salmon with bourbon barbecue sauce. And this is gonna go into the whole southern thing. We're gonna baste it. We're gonna take it out of the pan. We're gonna throw it in here, and then we're gonna throw it in the oven to finish cooking, because we just want to serve that medium. Throw it in the oven.
Okay.
And now we're gonna start the hash for it. The hash is the most unbelievable part, because a southern hash is just gonna be great. We're gonna take some smoky bacon that has a little bit of maple in it. And see those big chunks, because it's such a rustic dish. And we're gonna let that get a little caramelization, because we wanna, you know, bacon, you want to have that caramelization of the fat, of the natural sugars in it. We're gonna take some white onion, throw some white onion in there, a pinch of sea salt, just like that, and a little bit of black pepper. So we're gonna take those onions with that bacon, and we're gonna enrich it a little bit more. What is best about Southern cooking? Bacon fat. We're gonna add a little bacon fat to that. Now we're gonna add some kale, some beautiful dinosaur kale. We're just gonna let, and that means that pan's happy. Everything going on in there, we're just making that dish happy. And this is just really quick. It's a quick saute. We just want to brighten up the color of that kale, crisp up that bacon, caramelize those onions a little bit to bring out their natural sugars. Okay, and now what we're going to do, we're going to add those oven roasted sweet potatoes. And what is so amazing about this dish? Sweet potatoes, salmon, bacon fat, kale, onions. I mean, just unbelievable dish. Look at the colors, look at the flavors we've developed. And now we're ready to plate.
The plating process begins.
Yeah,
Mark.
this is where, you know, food is visual.
It sure is.
You eat with your eyes.
Yeah.
And it's so just unbelievable to see a great plate of food visually, whether it's colors and textures or whatever it is. You know, as chef long ago, Chef John Shoup taught me to say colors, textures, everything on a plate makes it so eye-attracting. So we're gonna take this beautiful sweet potato, kale, and bacon hash, enriched with what? bacon fat.
Right?
Bacon fat. I mean, totally Southern. Look at that hash. Is that unbelievable? Not your typical hash that you imagine. We're gonna take that beautiful bourbon barbecue salmon and go right over the top. Look at that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Go.
And now
You're
we're
growing
gonna.
up so well.
You know, I've traveled so much.
You have.
I've learned from all the people that I've been associated with.
And yet you come right back here to Youngstown and you share it with us.
You know what? Youngstown's a great place to live.
I agree. I couldn't
Great
agree
place to
more.
raise your family.
It's given us everything we
Yeah.
have.
We're gonna take this fresh corn salsa. You know, in the middle of harvest time, we're gonna get that from Molnar Farms. We're gonna take this fresh corn and cilantro salsa over the top of that. Look at that, unbelievable flavors,
Get out
crunches,
of
texture.
town, man. I don't even know what to say.
We're gonna kick it up with a little spice.
Of course
We're gonna
you will.
take jalapeño's little baby brother, the Fresno chili from California, put it on top.
Little baby brother.
And then we're gonna
hi, little
fresh
baby
chives.
brother.
And boom, look at that.
Mark,
Bourbon,
you have done
brown
it.
sugar,
All right.
salmon, sweet potato cash.
My favorite part, Mike Case, don't worry, he'll be able to do one of these.
Yes, he
segments
will.
one of these days.
He's gonna be jealous.
I know. Well, he's always a little bit jealous because I get to do a lot of the eating.
I know. And a great rosé to go with that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take a bite.
I'm gonna take a bite as well. Because you know what, as a chef, it's kind of crazy. Salmon's not my favorite fish, but I love cooking it because it's so beautiful. The texture is amazing. It's so good for you.
The test kitchen. That's where you do it, man.
Wow.
This is so good.
Bacon and salmon.
Mark, thank you.
Is there anything better?
No, nothing.
Here, only at the test kitchen at Bistro 1907.
Or at Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta, located in
Thanks,
downtown
Lauren.
Youngstown. You are a true gift. And
I don't know about that, but
Dear friend.
we just have a genuine dream for the Valley. We want to provide the best food and service in downtown Youngstown that it's ever seen.
Well said. Well
Cheers.
said. Cheers. Mark always has something great on the Bistro 1907 menu, especially when it comes to salmon. So just log on to bistro1907.com, check out the latest menu, and please go see them whenever you can, because those guys, they work real hard. We're very, very proud of them through this entire pandemic. Another local chef that we are eternally proud of is Vernon. Vernon Cesta, he has quite a restaurant, and they are expanding by leaps and bounds this year. But just a few short months ago, Mike had a chance to catch up with Vernon to see what's shaking in that kitchen. And I'll tell you what, that food, just something about it, it makes you just feel all warm inside. So guys, take it away.
Bussing tables, cooking, helping prep, cutting my finger, had my dad smacking me because I wasn't supposed to use the knives.
Vernon Cesta was just 8 years old when he started working for his dad at a restaurant on Warren's west side. It was called the Chateau, and he's been in the business ever since.
From day one.
Why?
I just loved it. I just loved the excitement of it. The people, employees were fun to work with and everything else.
Since then, he's worked at restaurants and owned restaurants, and if you're from Trumbull County, you've probably spent some time at Vernon's Cafe in Niles.
We opened this place up.
What
We
year
opened up
was
in
it?
95.
95.
Going on our 25th anniversary here coming up in February.
Yeah, next year, right?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Feels great.
Vernon uses Steel Light products when plating his food or pouring his drinks.
Great product, great looking product. It looks great on the table. I mean, look at these. They etch them for us, and great wine glasses. They got the look and the elegance that we want in our restaurant.
If you've been here, you know the menu, and some of the dishes still have his father's flavor, like this seafood linguine.
We do it red or white. So it's chopped clams, it's mussels, it's clams, day-boat scallops, and shrimp.
Sure, things have evolved a little bit, like these tender lamb chops grilled to perfection, but Vernon's is famous for one very important item.
But nobody has meatballs like Vernon's.
That's right, it's the meatballs, a crowd favorite.
And they love them. They want to know the recipe, they want to know the secret. They go, why? But my meatballs don't come like that at home. I said, just buy them here. You don't have to worry about making them. It's easier.
They make 400 to 500 meatballs in every batch. So, what's the secret?
We don't overmix the meat, number one, okay? It's the right ratio with eggs and breadcrumbs, okay? It's not a lot of, like, we don't put breadcrumbs as a filler. We put breadcrumbs just to, you know, hold it together with the eggs and that stuff.
What ingredients are you allowed to say?
Love.
A little bit of love.
Passion.
Yeah.
All ground beef, good ground beef that we use.
No pork?
Breadcrumbs, egg, no pork. We don't put no pork in it.
And that favorite led to this Valley staple. Back in the days of his dad's deli and carryout place, Sesta Imports.
That's where the meatball salad originated. That was 1972.
Are you the first to do that, you think?
Absolutely the first one to do it. Nobody had a meatball salad on the menu. And it was funny because we never called it a meatball salad. We just made a salad, okay, with the dressing, and everyone liked our dressing because we made subs and they liked that dressing on the subs. So we made a salad like that, and then we would put 3 meatballs in it. Actually 2 meatballs back then. So it started, and I mean, it just erupted. Everyone wanted a meatball salad, you know, meatballs and a salad is what they wanted. Then all of a sudden, now you're here in 2000, you know, 2010 and everything else, and everything now, and everyone has a meatball salad on the menu.
But not too many people have a food truck called Meatballs Gone Wild for events and outings. Add in the banquet room, V Square, the restaurant and bar in downtown Youngstown, Rise Pies, the pizza oven restaurant in 17 locations around the country, plus an expansion planned here in Niles. Vernon has a full plate himself, so will he slow down a little?
Can't.
Why not?
My son just graduated from culinary school. He likes the business.
So with his son Trey as part of an already great team of people, Vernon will keep going. Not because he has to, but because he wants to.
Still got the excitement, still got the drive, still got the passion for it. Just gonna keep on going.
Nice job. Well done. We still have a lot more interesting stories coming up for you on this week's Valley Spotlight. But I thought we'd step aside and take a commercial break and leave you with some more wonderful video from St. Petersburg, Florida. Back with more after this.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make. Only A to Z.com.
Hills is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Bourbon Plaza's Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
View the Best Cafe, home of Uncle Nick's Greek Fried Chicken.
Sunrise Inn, home of award-winning pizza.
Weston, Maine.
Come check out our poutine.
Mocha House Cafe and Eatery.
The famous California cheesecake.
Charbonnet's Wine on the River, famous for our great wine and our charcuterie.
Jack's Steakhouse, famous for our cowboy ribeye.
Modern Methods, famous for our craft beer. Cheers to downtown Warren.
Just a few short days ago, right here in this very kitchen, there was a cloud of smoke, and you couldn't even see me hardly, or Jeff Canzonetta for that matter, but that is all because we were making a great steak with the Papa Canzonetta's premium coffee rub. And if you're wondering how to use it and what it tastes like, Jeff, he came on over here and he wowed us, to say the least.
Hello, folks. How are you?
We are good. Jeffrey, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Lauren. How are you?
We'll do a little elbow.
Little elbow.
A little elbow rub as we talk about our new spice rubber, coffee rub to wake up the meat.
We are waking up your meat today. We are using a ribeye cut, by the way, folks.
So look at this piece of piece
It's beautiful, actually.
It really is.
Beautiful piece. I did a little extra trim for everyone.
Looking good.
So thanks for joining in with us today.
This is an exciting moment for lots of reasons. You've had tons of success when it comes to the peppers.
Yes.
And you and your family, there's lots of recipes that are, just rolling around in your mind. And this is one of them that we're so happy to be able to explain why it's so different than every other rub out there, and then how we're going to make this piece of meat look even better and taste even better.
Well, for a couple things. We use a premium coffee. I can't let you in on the secret, but premium coffee. We have some cumin, some salt, some pepper, some citrus flavors.
Ooh.
We wake up your meat, as it says on the container. We want to get you excited.
It smells so good. It smells so good. Like, it's
Well-
not like you can really pick out the coffee or one thing versus another thing. I feel like it's just like it's all coming together, even when it's not even being cooked yet. And I haven't even tried this yet.
And honestly, you can even use this on chicken. You can use this on seafood. Hamburgers, smash hamburger, wonderful.
All right, tell me
So
what I'm
there's a
gonna
lot
do
of
with
things.
this.
So what we're gonna do, be generous.
Okay, be
You
generous.
know, some people don't want to be generous. We're gonna pat that down. And oh, there you go. You're rubbing, you're waking it up. And then what you want to do is give that a little tap.
Good morning. Good morning. Do I put olive oil on first?
No. We're gonna then we're gonna go ahead and flip that over.
Flip. Is it liberal?
Yeah, that's good. You went good. Right on. Now you flip that on over.
All right, I'm gonna flip it.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got our family aprons on today.
Yes, I asked my father's actually from the papas.
And I've got my grandmother's on.
There you go.
She would be very, very proud of me right now, Jeffrey. with all this.
Well, Grandma's sitting down
this
watching us. Dad's sitting down watching
right
us.
now.
All right. So we're good. Give it a little pat. And then we're just gonna set it on that plate and let it rest for a minute.
Just how long?
You know, you can let your meat set overnight. Sometimes, if you're in a hurry, I let it sit for a couple minutes, but that's ready to go now. The longer you set is actually a little bit better.
Okay.
So there you go. If you take a look, there's that lovely piece of meat.
Looking really good. And then we've got a
So the next thing, we have this beautiful cast iron that Lauren has provided for us today.
Not Lauren, Fred.
Fred, anyways.
Doing all the videography for us.
But anyways, it's been preheated. You can tell there's a white line around it. That means your skillet is ready to go.
Okay.
Be very careful when you're using the cast iron because this baby's hot. So what we're gonna do, and then I also have a little bit of butter here. So this is, we're gonna get a nice crust. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead.
Is that enough for you?
No, yeah, this is plenty.
Oh, this is
heat
is so hot, I'm nervous.
So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and set that right in there like that.
Oh my goodness.
See how it's smoking? You're getting all that flavors going.
Oh
and
my gosh, it's even smoking like down in there.
Yeah, the flavors are starting to come. Now the little trick to this is this thing called butter. This is emerald right here. And then what you do is you put that in there like that. Now, look at that. You go ahead and you flip that around there like that. You can go ahead and lift that up.
Should have opened up a window. I didn't think of that.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's going good. It's going real nice. So we're going to do about a minute on that one side. Now it all depends on how you like it. I like my steak medium rare, so we're going to cook it medium rare today.
Me too.
Now if you're just doing it, if you want to cook it well done, go ahead, do a minute here. Then we're going to go ahead. If you see that, look at that. Nice charcoal.
Oh.
So we're going to put that on the other side. See how you got that nice crust there?
It smells like summer.
Oh, wonderful. Then again, a little bit, just a touch more butter. And that helps crust it. So as we're going here, looking good.
Wow.
Now some people, wow, the smoke is getting good.
Do you want me to get you a clean plate?
No, you're good. Yeah, we could. Yeah. So we're gonna let that cook another side for approximately another minute and a half. Now, if you like a little bit more crust, you can have a little olive oil here. You can go ahead and give it a little bit of olive oil.
I love it.
May have to open that door there, Lauren. We're smoking out your house. Holy cow, boys. So right now, we're just going to shut off the heat.
And
this baby's done.
Maybe move it off the heat.
And then we're going to take this off the heat. We can do that.
Wow. That is
And
so
then what we're going to do, let's say you wanted it medium well done. If you have your oven on, you pop it in the oven for like another 6-7 minutes to however you like it, and you can finish it in the oven. If you wanted it well done, probably another 8 minutes in the oven, and it's fine.
All right, you want to put it on that beautiful
So, no, well, we're going to cut it first.
Oh, we're going to cut it. Okay.
But I just want to show you, that's a nice, real nice crust looking there. Look at that. So we're going to set it over here. Let that rest just for a second. Then I have my...
Back over here, Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I need you.
Okay.
I need you.
So anyways, I just got my new knife out here.
Tommy Matthews.
Tommy Matthews.
Which we hope he's feeling better.
Yeah, we hope he's feeling well.
Had a rough 2020.
Yes. So in honor of him, we're going to slice this ribeye today.
Okay.
And then we're just going to do it on a slant.
Look at how perfect.
And this is cutting like butter, actually. Oh my gosh, this knife is amazing. My, oh my. Wow.
He knows what he's doing. Kind of like you know what you're doing in the kitchen.
Well, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. Actually, this is rare.
That's okay.
But we can finish that in the oven if you wanted it more.
No, I'm good with it, right? Just like that, Jeffrey.
I like it like that.
I really do.
And then what we can do, if you'd like to taste,
I do.
let's get you a smaller piece because you said you wanted a little smaller piece.
The last time I had my Canzonetta cut me a piece of steak, it was gigantic.
Yeah, well, I don't like that piece. I want to get you a better one. There you go. Look at that. Go ahead and give that a whirl.
Give this a whirl? All right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give it a whirl myself. You got that crust, you got the coffee, you got the citrus flavors.
It's so rich. It's so good.
It's just exploding. It's waking up your meat, as we say. Now, if you wanted to get crazy, throw some Papa Cans and hot peppers on top of that.
Now you're talking.
Maybe a little au jus. Maybe a little au jus. There's a lot of things you can do with this. This is just your basic hello.
And just so you know, it doesn't scream coffee right the second that you taste it. Like it's
but
just
you can taste it.
You can a little bit, but not nearly as much as I was expecting.
Yeah.
These are on sale right now at Bistro 1907 downtown Youngstown. We're going to have them on the website papacans.com shortly. $18 a jar. This is going to last you for a very long time.
It's a 14-ounce jar, so you're going to be good for the summer.
And believe me, this is going to go on anything and everything. And Jeff, now that I've tasted it, I know why you've been so excited. So congratulations.
We also feature that down at the bistro, so please come join us.
Thanks, Jeff. Congrats. Happy 2021. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. God bless. Take care.
Papa Canzonetta's peppers, recipe established in 1975. A family secret is now yours to share with the people who add spice to your life. Choose from mild and hot versions, plus our famous original blend too. They're the perfect punch for any dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got the recipes to prove it. Just follow us on Facebook, order online at papacans.com and pick your peck. papacans.com. Order 6 jars or more and qualify for free shipping. We like it hot. We're glad you do too.
And like we just mentioned, the only place that you can buy this rub right now is Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta, located in downtown Youngstown. But Fred and I are working on it with Jeff. We're going to get it on the papacans.com website as soon as we can. It is $18 a jar, and I can tell you this, it is going to last you a very long time. It smells so good. They should make a candle, and that way you can smell it all the time, if you ask me. Oh my goodness. Kelly Warren and Associates, they're a wealth of knowledge when it comes to real estate. And if you're wondering about financing and what it means for you, there's a lot of different ways that it can be applicable to your life. So Mike Case and Kelly Warren have the 411 on the F word, financing.
Hey there, welcome to another edition of Home Advantage. Kelly Warren on this side, Rick Palmer on the other side, talking about Valley Mortgage Solutions. And we already know why you got the company started and things like that. So I thought we'd talk about loans themselves, different kinds of loans. Rick, why don't you start with the government style loans?
Okay, well, government, when you hear somebody use the term government loan, they're referring to either FHA, USDA, which is agricultural or farm area, or VA, which is the Veterans Association.
Okay, and then the other ones are?
Your conforming loans, your private loans are conforming, or either they're subprime too.
Mm-hmm. Should I try to qualify for a government loan, or does it really matter which way I go?
Every person and every situation is different, so it's just a matter of, you know, how much money you want to put down, how long you want your loan to be, what your credit score looks like, and what your financial picture looks like.
And things are different now. When I got my first house, you wanted to put 20% down. They said, okay, maybe 10% if you wanted to do the PMI, but that's not the case anymore?
No, with FHA, you're allowed to put as low as 3.5% down. With conventional, you're allowed to put as low as 5% down. USDA and VA don't necessarily require down payments.
The advantages of putting just a small amount down, 3.5% down, are?
Well, you can get into a home, so it's more affordable for somebody to get in. And even if you have that lower down payment, maybe you have a pinch higher interest rate or you have that PMI, interest rates are so low right now that it's still affordable, and you're still going to be earning equity, and it's so much better than renting. You've got that tax write-off, you've got the ownership of the home, so all around better, even with the lower down payment and the PMI.
Rick, we were talking about things people should not do once they lock in their mortgage, and you had a big one that it happens a lot and you hate seeing it.
Don't buy a car.
Don't buy a car, or?
Don't even have your credit pulled.
Okay.
If you get excited, you're in a contract with a home and you want to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and put money down or
want to get a fridge.
To get a fridge.
Yeah.
Well, now that's going to affect the loan because the underwriters are going to see that you had your credit pulled. They're going to want to know what the new debt is, and that new debt has to be factored into the mortgage. The mortgage calculations where your debt to income is now, and that new payment could price you out of that loan, could price you out of that home. So, yeah, don't have any credit pulls. Nothing.
Go ahead.
It's sad, but we joke and say if you buy a new car, you're going to end up living in it. So, so if you want to have a home, get the home first, get the car later.
And it counts on who you pick to do your mortgage, right?
Well, those things make a big difference because you want to know who you're doing business with. You want to trust them. You want to know that you're going to get good service, a good rate, that you're going to be dealt with fairly and properly. So that's why you want to use the right people.
All right. The website for the new company, Valley Mortgage Solutions, is?
valleyms.com, or you can go right to kellysoldit.com, click on get pre-approved, and we've got a link for you right there.
And Rick, if they want to give you a call, what do they do?
They can either call the phone number right here to the office and they'll connect them right to me, or they can call my cell phone.
All right, 330-717-2689. Ask for Rick or somebody in mortgages and they'll take care of it for you. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Another edition of Home Advantage.
And it really all started with salt, with Himalayan sea salt. That's where it all started because of a patient who came in and told me about the benefits of salt therapy, which is inhaling Himalayan sea salt, an aerosolized Himalayan sea salt. And I found that my patients were having fantastic results using salt therapy, and I wanted to know how could I incorporate the Himalayan sea salt into products that would benefit the sinuses and the skin. And that's where Salt Me was born.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. I'm constantly asked by news sources how to best navigate today's real estate market. I call the brightest agents in the business to get their input. Hi, Kelly. What's going on in the Mahoney Valley area?
Hi, Barbara. The market in the Mahoning Valley has remained strong.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Sellers are enjoying the safety of the Guaranteed Sold program, and buyers and sellers love the 3D tour and the free moving truck.
Get the best advice from my friend Kelly Warren. Go to kellysoldit.com. Be safe and smart.
While Michael sits by the pool and drinks some lovely Caribbean drink with his brother and best friend, I'm going to sit here and hang out and talk about old theaters. Me and Sean Posey, we've got you covered. Thank goodness Sean is a part of this show because, well, we wouldn't learn very much without him. So, Sean, what is going on this week?
Here's a quick Youngstown theater history fact. Just over my shoulder, across East Federal Street, for over 40 years stood the Region Theater. The Region opened in the early 1920s and mostly showed Western serials. In the 1940s, it became known as one of the only movie houses in Youngstown that catered primarily to the city's African American population. In the late 1960s, urban renewal came on the scene. The Regent and much of East Federal Street was torn down.
For many decades, Central Square divided the west end of downtown from the very different East End. The East End of the Central Business District offered the world of the immigrant deli, the Syrian coffee shop, and the clothiers where you could buy the jazz suits with the high-peaked lapels. or chambray work shirts for the blue-collar man. Locally famous and sometimes infamous joints, such as the Brass Rail, Clock Bar, and the Park Theater beckoned. From the 1930s through the 1960s, South Champion Street served as the burlesque headquarters of Youngstown, drawing crowds of old and young men, all anxious to see the dancing girls. Great music could be heard on East Federal Street as well. On any given night, you may find Bill Doggett playing at the Sportery Bar, or jazz great Lynn Hope serenading the crowds on the sidewalks with his saxophone. East Federal Street played an important role for African Americans, especially when it came to entertainment. The 40 Club, the Shrine Club, Cleveland Bar, the Silver Dollar, all entertained the community. The Regent Theater did as well. During the 1940s, it became known for showing what were called race films, featuring primarily black casts. It also screened variety films featuring stage performances of black musical icons such as Count Basie and Cab Calloway. The Regent proved to be the only downtown theater that consistently seated customers on a non-discriminatory basis, unlike the large theaters where African Americans were required to sit in the balcony. Step back in time with me and revisit the golden age of entertainment. From turn-of-the-century Nickelodeons to Keith Albie's Vaudeville Palace, from neighborhood theaters of yesteryear to your favorite drive-ins and twin cinemas, they're all featured in historic theaters of Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley. Available from the History Press.
It's always fun to take a look back at yesteryear when it comes to our theaters, especially around here in Youngstown. There were so many of them in the area, and we're just looking forward to the ones that we can frequent now, opening up and being able to welcome us all back at the same time. I can think of several off the top of my head. So fingers crossed, this theater season is a little bit different than last year's theater season. All right, I will send it from Ohio all the way down to Florida and let Mike take it away.
Oh, I hope you're hungry. Time for the Kitchen Witch. And Helga and Mitch are working on something a little different. Seems like this kind of time of the month we talk about fish all the time. But if you're not into that, here's a really good recipe and a really good tasting pepper steak.
Hi, this is Helga.
And I'm Mitch.
And we're back on home plate again.
Yeah, for another recipe.
Yeah, and what are we cooking?
We're going to do a stir fry. Ron, our
Wonderful.
producer,
Yes.
he asked me to do a stir fry. So this is something my father used to make.
Yeah.
Now I think when we take a recipe, we always kind of vary it. We make it fit our own personality.
Of course.
So I like sweeter peppers. I find green peppers to be real sharp.
Yeah.
And he made a pepper steak with green peppers. He marinated the steak ahead of time with soy sauce, a little bit of Worcestershire, and some ginger, real strong, and garlic. So I did that the night before, and we've got some really nicely marinated beef right here. This is it's like a chuck roast, and I slice real thin.
Slice it real thin.
I like a little bit of the fat because the fat adds some flavor.
It makes flavor. Yes.
So we're gonna turn it on the oven. We're gonna get this nice and hot. And this is I love cooking in a wok. It's really universal. You don't only have to cook Chinese in a wok. It's just a really good conductor.
You can do a lot of things in a wok, yes.
Yeah,
like
and it's big, you know, and it makes it really easy to cook.
Feed an army.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
So I did want to show everyone how I tend to cut the peppers.
Okay.
When I cut a whole pepper, I cut it all the way down to the core on either side, and then pull it, and it breaks right out, so it's easier to cut.
Yeah.
And then really all you need to do is cut on the bias like this.
Okay.
Of course, get it all the way through there.
Yeah.
And all the way down the pepper. And now we get uniform size, because when you're doing a stir fry,
they cook the same. Yes.
It's very important. Otherwise, you've got one vegetable that's mushy, and so we'll start with the steak, and we'll brown that, and just as it's getting finished, we'll bring it to the sides on the wok, and we'll put our vegetables in the middle. And then we finish it up with we're actually using sesame seed oil, and I love to use coconut oil. Now when you're frying fish, it's got a real high flash point, so this is not going to burn like butter and many other oils. Sesame seed oil.
That's really good to know. Yes.
Yeah, well, it is for those things that you want to cook like a tempura. You want it real crispy, but you don't want it to burn in your kitchen.
Okay.
And the sesame oil goes a really long way. I don't really think you need much more than just a little flavor.
Okay.
So we're just adding that for flavor.
Okay,
now
I can't wait. Ooh, it's hot.
You see it's a nice blue color in the bottom.
Yeah.
It heats up really quick. I'm going to take about 2 or 3 tablespoons, and then we're going to throw these in there right away. Get that oil cooled out of the fat a little bit. Now I need your help with the rest of those peppers.
Okay.
Now this one I'll cut, and we'll get this garlic off of there. And the rest of that can go right in. And the wok cooks really fast. Okay.
There you
Get
go.
that nice and glazed. Looks like a lot
All over
of
the
pepper.
kitchen floor.
That'll happen in the kitchen. Unlike Julia, I won't pick it up and eat it. So we're going to put this one, this is the last one. We're just going to cut that really fast.
Okay.
Get that in there. Now, the wok is a very hot cooking
Oh
element.
yes, it heats up so fast.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
Yeah.
We get that in there. Put that another top. We want these just like some of your recipes. We're going to get them a little translucent. And see, we're already getting a little brown on there. You just need to really keep them moving.
Oh yes, wonderful. See, I love stuff like this, but Wolfgang won't eat it.
No, like.
No, he doesn't eat no peppers whatsoever.
Oh yeah. And I do use the red and the bell pepper. They're sweeter.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Classically, the green pepper is what the Chinese tend to want to use.
Yeah.
I don't know whether maybe they grew more green pepper.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the bell pepper is more American.
I like stuff like this, but like I said, he doesn't. But that's okay.
Well, we're getting there. I'm
gotta
gonna
please my man and make vegan schnitzel.
We know it, Helga. We gotta please that meat. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna put that. We're gonna add a little bit more oil. Could you add the sesame
Which
in
one?
the
The
middle
sesame?
now? We'll put that right in the
How
middle
much?
there. Awesome. All right. Let's pull that aside and we're gonna put that right in the middle.
Whoa. Like that too salami.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about a wok. You can
Yes,
get the vegetables now on the cooler end of the wok, and you can start to brown your
And the
meat.
meat goes fast too because it's so thin, you know,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
does. Yeah, and that's important.
Yeah.
See, the meat, like the vegetables, you should cut as thin and as uniform as possible.
yeah, same size.
All right. Well, Helga.
Oh, beautiful meat.
Now we want to
Look
thicken
at
it up
that.
a little.
Okay, what are you thickening it with?
Well, you know, traditionally, an Asian dish, they thicken a lot with cornstarch.
Okay.
So we're using cornstarch.
Cornstarch?
If you want to, you can thicken with a roux and
Okay.
thicken your beef stock with a
Okay.
roux and make a sauce.
All right.
And that can work. But what we're going to do...
We do it the
pour-
right way.
Yes, yeah, probably about...
Yeah.
We had a lot of meat with this, and it took probably about 7 to 10 minutes. We wanted the meat to be tender. Of course, it's been marinated,
Oh
so
my
it
God,
breaks
yes,
really
breaks,
easy.
yes, and there
Now
goes
this is the brown stock with cornstarch.
cornstarch.
We're going to pour that right in there. Now that's all blended. Now that's
Very
nice.
appetizing looking, you know. It's you want to just go eat it.
Yeah, I think I like the yellow and the different peppers, not
Yes.
only for sweetness, but for that color.
Yes, looks
You know,
very
the green
nice.
is just... Now we're going to cover this up a little. Let that
And
thicken.
then we're going to serve it over
This is
rice.
turned down. Yeah, we've already steamed the rice.
Mhm.
We're going to put it over this platter. We're going to
Okay.
give that about maybe 3 minutes to just
Okay.
cook out that cornstarch. You
Yeah.
want a starchy flavor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have it all prettied up here.
Yeah, we put it
Yes.
on top of this
Rice.
nicely freshly steamed rice. You can really smell
Oh,
everything.
yes,
The
it
ginger,
does,
the
yes.
pepper, and it looks wonderful.
Looks like we're going to have a taste.
Yeah, let's see now. We got every pepper there, but what do we need here? We need a little bit of green pepper.
Yes. Very nice, thank you. Excellent.
Oh, same deal. Look, this is the way I'm spooning it up. I'm not getting all my green peppers. My dad would not be happy. All right, let's see what we have
taste
here.
this.
Meat is tender. That helps to marinate. The night before if you have the time.
Very good. Pepper is good.
And I didn't overdo it with the soy sauce. You have to be careful. You don't want things to be too salty. You can always add later. And that little bit of fat in the meat really comes out. You can pick a meat that's too lean.
No, you have to have a little fat in it to get the flavor
this is
in,
good.
you know.
Wow, another great meal.
Very, very good. Well,
Thanks for-
we have to quit, I guess.
so much fun working with
I
you.
know. So this is Helga.
And I'm Mitch.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye now.
How good does that look, huh? Oh my goodness. All right, Lauren, let's send it over to you.
Yep, Mike, we can smell it from here. We are so thankful that Helga is a part of our show. And I say this from time to time, but if you ever see Helga out and about shopping, maybe even at Rulli Brothers, please don't hesitate to say hi to her. She is one of our favorite people, and we wish we could give her a big hug these days. So Helga, thank you so much for always being a part of our show. You don't want to change the channel because there's just a little bit more of Valley Spotlight right after this.
A to Z Dependable Services now offers walk-in tubs and showers in as little as 1 day. Let us create a safer bathing experience in your bathroom or the shower of your dreams. Call A to Z Dependable Services today for a free estimate or visit us online at onlyatoz.com.
Salt Me is a company that produces products that are made out of Himalayan sea salt. I have a love affair with Himalayan sea salt. And as an ear, nose, and throat doctor, the most important thing for me is that the products are going to be effective and that they're going to be safe for patients. So I make products that help sinus conditions, and I make products that are going to be good for the skin and good for the body. And all of them are made of Himalayan sea salt.
Welcome back one final time to Valley Spotlight. Before we say goodbye, I want to remind people that we are always open and welcoming in story ideas. So log on to valleyspotlight.com and just shoot us an email. That's how it works, Mike. We are grateful and happy to help any and all businesses and people out there sharing good news about good people. So Mike, one more time, I'm just going to get a little bit upset about the fact that I'm just here with all the papers and you're down there in Florida.
Well, time to sign off here from Florida. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Valley Spotlight. You know how to watch us on all our platforms, Facebook, Roku. We have an Apple TV channel or something. I don't know. Just Google the show. It's fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed it today. Our retromercial kind of goes back to those t-shirts. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? I actually did it when I was little. 314 is the answer. I know. I had a lot of patience back then. All right, so here's your retromercial. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
Mr. Cow.
Yes?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I always end up biting. Ask Mr. Fox, for he's much cleverer than I.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.